Nav settings, 1 down, difficulty guide.
I have yet to be involved.
So we have pre-planning back, a welcome edition, or as to say, a welcome face. So for this one, I actually gonna have the Thermite pace. I put it at the dockside access, followed by the backup of the loot drop. I personally like the loot drop at the front of the cargo yard, but I do see a lot of people like to use this spot to move the loot closer, or this spot right here is usually for speed runs or crime spree. And I have another additional loot drop by this back zip line by the waterfront in the docks at this corner.
The time for action.
Of course, my weapon of choice is going to be the KSG with the 5.7 pistol. And I switched the jammer with the buyback case, so now I have 2 buyback case and only 1 jammer this time. Shadow Raid is very unique as it has many gimmicks to it. The first one is a stealth-only heist, meaning that if you or your crew trip the alarm, you have a point of no return and try to complete the objective as fast as possible. If you fail to meet the requirement of loot, the heist automatically fails. The second gimmick is you will have a much more tougher guard variation called Murky Water, which are more well-trained and well-equipped, and they have a lot of health if you let them get detected.
Search the Murky Water containers.
And they do carry pagers, so be cautious. So I like to take that path up to the roof, and from the ladder there on to the roof. I like to open that first one pace there in that metal grate. That way I can just get the artifact crate later on. The moment when you're inside the warehouse, the music changed, and you have pretty much a 5 minutes until the helicopter arrives. And these are the these guards here are the Murky Waters. They have a flashlight, so they're much easier to detect. And another thing I like to do out here is find out where the guard is patrolling. There's usually a guard smoking around at this corner, and usually ones walk around here. And that's mostly 2. There's a total of 5 Murky Water guards in the warehouse. 4 of them being roamers, and 1 being operated by a camera. 1 is mostly like you right here.
Everything is okay, Control. I just sneezed right into the radio.
Those Murky Water containers are brought directly for the world hotspots. Crack them open. They'll be
Use
your
it to
best bet
highlight.
for loot.
Now, I like Shadow Raid because of the variety of loot you can get. Like the server, for example.
Who knows what's on that server? Blueprints, records, maybe the password for Area 51.
Look out, God.
And the third gimmick is the music actually changed. When you play this heist, you always gonna have the same soundtrack every time you play this heist. And the music does change the more progression you are into the heist. Namely, when you open the vault to get the samurai armor, the music does change. You'll probably notice that the instruments change a lot.
God, no petrol.
So any loot I get off from the second floor, I like to put it on the back of this metal area. So I'm going for all loot. So if you're going for all loot, there's gotta be a total of 24 bags that you need to get. There's always gotta be 19 in the warehouse and 5 in the cargo yard. That makes a total of 24.
This coke won't be funding any more terrorism. Just good old American crime.
Now I got a little trick. Now, when the 5 minutes are up, a helicopter will spawn. There are 2 possibilities what could happen. A helicopter can will have a cargo crate and will just drop it up in the cargo yard. The second variation, which is a lot of people don't like, is a helicopter will drop up more murky water guards, so making securing loot and try to sneak your way in the warehouse much more difficult. So a lot of people do is just stay in this spot here, right next to the helipad, just close to the rails, and you pretty much blocked off one of the spawns, pretty much one of the spawn points for the chopper. So if you're here, you're always guaranteed to drop the helicopter with the cargo crate. There's the radio chatter, and we should see it by now.
Hold on.
There it is.
Flight plan submitted. Who are these guys?
So everything's good. Alright, now I'm just gonna have to move the bags. Now, since I don't have a guard here, I always throw the bags in this red bin. And to get down easily, I just hop off the rails.
Got it.
Then hop up these rails, but find this platform here. And just drop it here. Now, if you get the guard looking at this way, and you can't get the bags, another best spot I have is throw the bags into this cardboard box, where you shouldn't see it and you can just get it in no time.
Got it.
I'm just gonna secure these first. And you're gonna use this loot drop-off point a lot when moving a lot of loot, especially how close it is. But the zipline can only carry 1 bag at a time, so you have to be very patient.
Look out, guard.
Alright, when you have this guard here, you have to be very careful with him because he does move around, which actually took me by surprise one time when I actually throw a bunch of the loot in front of the ladder here, and he actually seen it, and I was really shocked that he actually moves. And this is where I place my second for my base, and it's right here, pretty much by the docks. That way I could get inside here easily, as well as moving the loot out. You can also get a crowbar here if you can't find any. The crowbars are usually found a lot around the warehouse, sometimes also inside the cargo containers outside. When I opened the manhole, I just waited for my sixth sense to activate for any enemies nearby. There's none. Now,
Apologies, Control.
when the right time is met, I always kill the murky water guards in this area, because as a solo player, this vault door here is on a 10-second time lock. So once you put the first card in, it will start the time lock, and you have to be fast for the next one. So it's luckily that guard, the murky water, had the key card. But I also met with another problem because they will detect the vault door open, and this guard has been stuck. So he's not going to move at all, but unfortunately he's going to seen it, so I silently have to dispose of him.
Hello? Hello? Hey, these shitty Russian radios never work. Fucking junk.
So just bag him up. So that is 3 pagers now, so there's two more guards. Okay, there's another one, but
Thanks for caring, but nothing's going on here.
if you hear that controller guy to be very itchy, that means he's pretty much gonna say that is your final warning of your repair, so make sure you don't answer the 5th pager. If you try to answer the 5th pager, you're blew up stealth. There's 4 workers in this heist that move around too, but the one I killed with the orange jumpsuit with the yellow hard hat will always drop a key card. So since I have 3 of them, I can actually open this one here and take this one, and I get a money bag.
A nice stash of used dinars. Good find.
Now, there's still have to be careful because there still could be a guard moving around. But there may be also a chance for him to get stuck. Let's see where he is.
Needs 2 cards, entered almost simultaneously. You can bet there's something particularly tasty
Okay,
in
I'm
there.
just,
Watch out. God.
okay, I think that's him, so I'm just gonna do this. So, if he gets stuck, that's actually a good spot for him to get stuck. So don't worry about it at all. Now, I want to know, since he's standing there, does he actually see the vault door? Now, okay, he doesn't. It's pretty much blocked up by these boxes and a pillar, so I'm actually in the clear. So, as a solo player, you really need to get the key card close to the vault door. So, I'll do it right now. And there you go. Notice the music changes.
Armor of the Shogun. Nobunaga. Fought lost for centuries, but here it is. Get the pieces bagged.
As you can tell, the music changed quite a little bit, and that's used to carry the samurai armor. And now I can go for the other loot. A money can spawn up here. Another location where the money could spawn, it could be right in this little crack right near those boxes. There's always gotta be at least like 2 weapon cases of the assault rifles. One will always gonna spawn here.
There's always a market for untraceable guns.
One could maybe spawn here, or no. One could actually spawn here. One could spawn inside the cage door, which sadly it is. I'm not gonna open it just yet, just in case the worker comes by, and then there's always gonna be at least 2 cokes between the lockers. One can be here as well. A coke can spawn on top of the boxes. One can spawn on this thing. I'm not sure what it's called. You know how to do it fast, I guess.
Keep others clear of the drill.
money loot can be found here.
They'll get suspicious just from the noise.
Our no location of money can be found on top of the counter here. And sometimes the drills will jam, usually either 1 to 3 times, sometimes 2. So you always expect the drill to be jammed 3 times. After the third jam, it will continue drilling, so you don't have to worry about it. Unless you let a cop, you know, kick the drill, then you have to repair it on his own. Alright, now I'm just gonna go for the other.
Got it.
Shipping crates, which will contain loot. They will usually contain money, coke, gold, and probably the most heaviest of them all is the artifact. And you may be slow at a turtle's pace, but it's definitely worth it if you can secure all of them. Okay, we just got money, more money. There's a gold. Hey, there's the artifact.
Damn, this gold was likely boosted from Saddam's palace.
And this thing is heavy. I mean, look at the size of this artifact. And then,
There's only one place I can sell that. Marrakesh.
how in the heck does that fit in this small duffel bag? Oh well. And it's also possible to get 5 artifacts. If you're very lucky, if you get 5 in the other crates, and 4 of them in the warehouse, and the 5th one from the cargo container in the cargo yard. That's a lot of bags to move. Now, since the guard is moving around here, I like to place the bags right here so he doesn't see it. And to organize a lot more easy, and to make them differentiate from the other loot and the artifact. I just grab all the other remaining loot, I just drop them here. But if I get an artifact, then I'm just gonna drop the bag right here, so I could definitely, I'm gonna secure it first, so I'm gonna secure the slowest one first. Before I move the others. And of course, if you play on Mayhem and above, you had to secure a total of 12 loot. On Overkill, you had to secure 9. And I think on every other difficulty that's low, like on normal, you had to secure 3. And I think on hard and very hard, you had to get 6. Overkill will be 9, and then Mayhem and above, you need 12, which is pretty much half of the loot you need in this heist. Okay, I think the guard, I heard the guard footstep here. He's like somewhere around here. There it is. Okay, I have a feeling that's going to be the artifact. Hey, how you know? The only artifact I got from here is this one. Alright, activate Sixth Sense again to see where he is. Alright, just trying to make sure. I just gonna go up. Okay, there he is. Here's that high value target comes in. Especially when you aim down the sight, you can highlight the guard. Now, unfortunately, I don't have enough time to climb up because he's probably gonna see it in time. Alright, so he's moved back there, that's good. And yeah, you can actually climb the ladder without even looking at it. So if you pretty much hold the analog stick on the left side or right, depends where the ladder is, or it depends where you're facing the ladder. You can actually climb it without actually looking up or down.
Watch out, God. God, stay back.
Oh. Always gonna hold my solo a lot. Oh, whoa. Okay. Yeah, once you get past behind this, this pole or mooning, usually use it to tie the rope down, keep the ship in place. As long as you get past behind that, you can able to walk again or sprint. As long as it doesn't see you, of course.
God, careful.
I don't think it's worth it to try to sneak behind that while he's there, so...
God, careful. Watch out, God. Look out, God.
Okay, I guess you can sneak over here. I Just have to wait it out. And another thing you want to do is actually look at his idle animation of what he does. Sometimes he look a bit to the left and then turn his head to the right. He'll probably does it again. So that's when the best time to move from looking around. There he does it again. He looks to the right and then he looks to the left.
God, stay back.
As long as you get that that stationary pattern, it's a lot easy to get past him. Now what I did there is pretty much the leapfrog technique, the sprint, jump, crouch. Now you have to do the buttons repeatedly fast. So when you sprint, press the jump button and then the crouch button after it. You will get the speed of the sprint, and when you jump you get a little extra boost, and when you crouch you should get the lower detection of the crouch. And with this, you're able to bypass a lot with this. But here, I'm not gonna do it because I want to make sure I actually do it properly. And you can do this repeatedly over times. This saves you on your stamina, so you don't have to keep using sprint all around. So this is very handy on maps that are very large, like Shadow Raid, for instance. And the reason I have team boost over concealment boost is mainly since I had the weapons already at the minimum detection risk, being at either 3 or 4. I would just pick the team boost so I can get the extra XP and cash. So it's just a nice little extra bonus. The only time we're ever going to use a concealment boost for stealth is I pair with the saw with the M9 with the +3 concealment boost. That's like the only time we're ever gonna use it. So let's see, we got 18. I'm missing one more loot in here. I think I know where it is, but it may not be there. It's probably that coke in that on that door where that guard is guarding. So I could probably do it right now.
Watch out, God.
So let me just... Yep. There it is.
Got it.
Yeah, if you actually go downstairs to that room where I get the coke, you can also grab it through the wall. Yeah, you can grab most loot through the wall, but not all of them. And that is the last bag in the warehouse. Now what's left is the 5 remaining loot in the cargo yard, which 4 of them will be the money. And one artifact. There's always one bag here at the back. For this one, I'm just gonna bring it to the docks, since it's very close by.
Watch the camera.
Crouch here, just look around. See any more money bags? Nope. Of course, I like to open it from here. And of course, a little bit risky now since the door is closed, but there's people walking around. With this, of course, you could go here and jump here, but here you just have to slightly drop, and you should be in safely. There's the crowbar here and the money bag here. Once I bag them up, you can actually throw over this wall. Oh, there you go. There's the parkour ace where I'm able to sprint backwards. Normally, I never really sprint much backwards. I barely use that, but it's pretty handy in some of the tight situations. Okay, since there's no money in this cargo container, at this point, I'm just now gonna secure any. If I find any money around these, in this area, I'm gonna bring it to the van. There's a money bag here. So I'm just gonna grab it. So this is our third money.
God, stay back.
And what I like to do is jump here, cut this fence open, and just throw the money here. See for any more loot. See any money there? None. So that should leave 2 more cargo containers. One should have the money, and the other one will always gonna have a artifact. So right now we have 22 bags, so we're missing 2 more. And this is where I used my first thermite paste to open this metal grate. It comes in, so I can get access to this ladder to the cargo yard. As I wait for it, for any 6 cents to activate. Of course, that's just activates the guard in on that wall, so don't worry about it. This container should have a money. There it is. Now for the last one, which is a little more tricky to get out, and that is right here. What I like to do is jump on the skids, get close enough, open that, take it, and bring it here. Instead of just trying to open it on the same level as it, you had to throw the bag and then you had to jump with it and then take it. So this is much easier to get the bag out. And of course throw it down the manhole and secure the 2 loot. Of course I like to secure it a bit closer with the money first, so it's a little bit more faster. As we made it out, we just had to bring it to the van. You can go a little faster if you have the artifact on your back by just repeatedly pressing the jump button. You pretty much jump a little bit forward, you get a little bit more speed. And it probably also help if you just had the skill that makes you move faster when you aim down your sight. I like to call this little technique, or this skill, the Stalker perk in the Call of Duty series, where it first introduced in Modern Warfare 3. The icon was a picture of pretty much a wolf. I presume stalking its prey. So that's where I feel like the perk comes in. And in the later Call of Duty games, they had the stalk attachment, which makes you move faster while ADS. That ability / attachment was so powerful, they have to nerf it a lot, especially in Black Ops 3.
It's delivered.
And anyways, that is the Shadow Raid. Death Sentence went down with all 24 loot.
Ninjas in socks tiptoeing on thick carpet make more noise than you. Expertly done.
So that was pretty long, but it usually takes me 30 minutes, around 30 minutes to get all 24 bags. So, thanks for watching. Until next time, farewell.